So I don't generally do keynote speaking, so this is the first time I'm doing it because it's a hackathon. And the last time I did a hackathon was maybe 5 years ago on the other side, so I'm excited to be on this side just to see all your keyboards out, and I'm ready to hack for the next 2 days. I'm really excited to see what you are looking to build. So this is not about AI, smart cities as such. I saw the topic was smart cities, slightly different, but I hope you learned something from this. The goal is really to give you an edge in understanding AI in generally. Like in a general sense, what are the different categories, like how do you categorize products in the AI space, and see what's coming in the near future, like what's there for the rest of the year. And I've seen some patterns. I'm going to share some of those patterns from my experience. And hopefully that gives you some ideas on how to think about solutions for the smart city hackathon. So actually, you know what? I'm so used to turning back because I'm not talking. Maybe I should. Okay, you know what? This is easier. I'll follow this. So let's do a quick show of hands before we get very far, just to get familiar with each other. So how many of you have used ChatGPT to get answers for questions you have? Yeah, if you didn't raise hands, you shouldn't be here. So okay, so I think the next category is assistants. The first one, the ChatGPT part, is a chatbot, usually used as answering missions. I want to quickly introduce the next layer, which is assistants. So let's talk about Perplexity for a while, just to get an idea of how many of you have used Perplexity or similar tools. Have you heard of Perplexity? Okay, some of you. Okay, more of you should try it. So the difference between these layers, so let's go one by one. First, chatbots. What are chatbots? So chatbots, the goal of chatbot is to answer a question. So it can make up an answer, it can give an answer that it knows, it could follow a rule-based engine, or it could just, have hard-coded responses. All of these are chatbots. The goal of a chatbot is, again, to just get you an answer. But assistants, or what we call information assistants, these are built to give you accurate answers, not just any answer. So these systems have some information search retrieval systems in the back end, so often called retrieval augmented generation systems. So these systems help you get more accurate information, reduce hallucination. These are more, in general, useful than chatbots. So this was 2024, by the way. So by 2024, we have, I think most companies have reached the assistant space. But in 2025, we see a lot of progress towards what we call agents. And this is the topic for today, and I want to get deep into agents as such. And there are two types of agents. Let's first see what an agent is. So how many of you have used GitHub Copilot? Okay, Grammarly, okay, similar, okay. So these products have a different interface. If you think about it, they actually help you get things done, not just give you information. They actually, if you're writing code, it helps you write code. If you're writing content, it helps you write content. But things have gone way beyond that, just writing code and content. We'll see some of the examples today. In this, okay, I don't know why the smiley came. Okay. So in this section, we see two categories. One is companion agents, which often are tools that you use to get things done. These tools are not very different from your task management apps or any calendar apps or things like that. The only difference is they are more intelligent, they help you get things done working with you. Let's dive a little deeper into the companion agents itself. So the idea of a companion agent is to increase productivity of an individual. So if you are, say, coding or making a video or, say, writing a content, so all of these are examples: GitHub Copilot, Grammarly, CapCut AI. So all these tools have one purpose. They augment your current tool with additional intelligence to cut time in whatever you do. Most of them need very detailed instructions. They take several iterations to get things right. And you need to learn a new tool, like a new UI or a prompt system. And these tend to be, how do you call it? Tend to be complex in the beginning, but over time it helps you really increase your productivity. But I want to compare that with something we call remote agents, which is the primary topic for today. I'm going to show you what remote agents are and how you can think about designing remote agents and what 2025 would look like for remote agents. So this term is quite new. I don't think many people use it in the industry yet, but the idea is to not use a tool in the first place, just get things done without a tool. So most of these remote agents are looking like workforce, like service layer, where you just ask what you want, and you don't have to use a tool, you don't have to interact often. There's very little human intervention and very minimal input, but you still get something done from artificial intelligence systems. So I know this is a little bit confusing, and many of these you might not be familiar with. So I'm going to show you some examples. So this, I'm sure people who have used know, but this is what GitHub Copilot looks like. It's helping you write code. It's within your editor, it sits next to you, it's giving you an extra hand in writing code. But this is Devin. So Devin is a remote agent, and what it does is it can take a task, break it down, write code, run the code, test the code, and even open the browser and see if your code is working and send you a pull request. So it does the entire thing, and it does it with very little input. So how is this possible? Are we there yet? I think we are getting pretty close. So these systems are already in practice. There are companies that are using such systems to get stuff done. And I know Meta recently announced publicly that they actually are trying to move more and more into AI-based development. And these are the kind of tools that they are depending on. So this is one example for coding, and here is another one. This is Grammarly. And again, you're writing stuff and you want to check for correctness, you're checking for clarity, you're working through the content yourself, but you're getting a companion to help you. But compare that with copy.ai, which is a remote agent. And this system, you're not writing anything. So you're just asking what you want. You just give a very gentle guidance on, this is what I'm looking for, these are the points I want you to cover, and you're getting a content, possibly a couple of versions, and it's almost there, like 90% to 95%. And then you do some fine tuning and you're there. So there's very little tool usage. It's becoming more and more remote and backend. So again, another example, video editing. So this is CapCut with AI. So you can insert AI generated content within a video. Very easy stuff. Today this is everywhere. But compare that with icon.me, it makes an entire video. So you're not just creating one scene or one small segment of a scene. You're making a video that's end-to-end. Like it makes scenes, voiceovers, captions, and it picks several options for each scenes. It does almost what you call an entire designer's job or a video editor's job. And these are pretty amazing tools. And the last one is even more interesting, make.com. Have any of you used make.com? Any chance? Okay, it's just one hand. So this, if you haven't used this, this is very handy. It's a automation tool. You can build very intelligent applications. In fact, I would suggest many of you to try this during the hackathon. This would avoid significant coding work just to build some basic applications. But you still have to write things by hand. You have to test these workflows. There is a lot of learning process with even something like make.com. It is a drag and drop based workflow builder. Compare that with agent.ai, which is a completely remote workflow based system where each of these agents are completely built and tested. So you have one agent to do one job. So you say, hey, I want to research about a company. I click that, enter my domain name, and I'm going to get a complete report about that company. And this is starting to become common, and they have 830 agents, by the way. This is not funny anymore. I mean, this used to look like very silly stuff, but they are getting very serious. And this is, by the way, started by HubSpot founders, so it is pretty serious. So this is the difference between companion and remote agent. Let's quickly see where we are heading in 2025. I want to show you guys how to think about building agents and even building solutions for your current hackathon. So most products are building companion agents as part of their offering. Every product you use today will have an AI offering by the end of the year. So if you're using a task tool, let's say to-do app, it'll have an AI. If you use a code editor, it'll have an AI. So all of these tools will have small flavors of AI, and it's going to get annoying soon. So I think that's the second point where businesses have started getting really uncomfortable paying for like several AI tools, like one-off tools, point solutions. There are, right now I have my team sitting on 10 different AI tools asking me, hey, should we buy this for the team? We need to buy like 10 seats for all of us. Should we buy this? Is there a return on investment on each of these tools? It's a lot of headache for businesses. They are rather looking to get stuff done remotely. Like, can I actually just outsource this to somebody, and can the AI do it and give it to me? So that's kind of the thinking that's going on. Even investors have shifted their focus to companies that automate work rather than just assist. I think that's kind of the word we use inside our company, try to not just assist but actually do the work. Yeah, so I'm guessing remote agents will compete with companion agents in 2025. Most of the products, AI stuff that you build won't be competing with products that don't have AI, but rather have a companion AI. So let's say you are building a system today and you are competing with ChatGPT probably, because your competitors, your customers are already using ChatGPT to get that exact answer. So you got to figure out how to compete with ChatGPT, how to compete with other companion agents, rather than starting from scratch. Yeah, so that's pretty much. I just have one more slide. So how do you think about these agents? So we have been using this as a framework, like 5 questions. If you all want to use it or want to talk about this after the call, after the speech, I think I'm available and we can go through these for your use cases. And the way I think about this is, who are the users? I think this is the classical question we have for products, but for agents it's very different because it's not a tool, so it is a service. So who are the users often is sometimes a business user. It's not even a person who is actually coding. It could be a product manager who is using Devin to get an entire feature built, rather than an engineer who is writing code themselves. So you need to think who your users are, which layer they sit in, and what kind of tasks they are looking to get done. I think that's how you think, rather than what are the problems they are trying to solve. So previously products used to solve problems. Now I think agents are focused on getting tasks done. I think humans will have to figure out how to get different agents to do different tasks so that they can solve problems. So that's how it's starting to evolve in the industry. And products themselves are becoming very easy to build. So it's more often what tasks you like to get done rather than what product you are building. And last thing, what agents that you are going to build. In many cases, what you are building would be an agent, if not an assistant, the previous generation ones. And what tools do you need to build the agents? So like I showed you, make.com is one good tool to build agents. There are, I think agent.ai has some good tools to build agents, but it's about what APIs you use and what kind of systems you need to integrate with. That's the tools layer. Finally, is it a companion or a remote agent? I would strongly suggest pick a remote agent if you can. But if you pick a companion, I think you would eventually find a way to migrate to a remote agent level. So that's pretty much. You can reach out to me anytime. I will be around for some more time. And happy to see you hacking.